So version 9.0 is finally here. It actually wasn't that long. I'm just super excited that Ninja Kiwi keeps updating this game. I think it makes it really fun that they keep it up to date and try to balance all the monkeys and release new heroes like Pat Fusty with this patch. I'm hyped. So I'm gonna start with Pat and then move on to the balancing changes because those are the two things that I'm most excited about, and I'm assuming most of you guys are excited about. But so the big thing with Pat Fusty is that he is basically a melee tower. Like he just slaps the ground in front of him, and then does like an AOE slap. And then his abilities are a roar that basically buffs the monkeys around him, making them pop more balloons. Basically, it just buffs them. And then his other one is called Big Squeeze, and it like picks up blimps up to ZOMGs or ZOMGs, and then breaks them down. And once they pop, they still have their like children balloons under them, but they get stunned for a little bit. And then the two big passives for Pat Fusty is that every slap has a chance to send the balloons like backwards through the map, kind of like the X3X helicopter, how it can push them back, and also once you hit a certain level, um, the slaps on the ground stun the balloons. So I think that if you use Pat Fusty like I did in the footage that I'm showing, um, that he's actually like a super viable hero. Um, yeah, if you use him in a stalling strat, it basically replaces the helicopter that costs way more and then stalls even better because the slapping percentage to send him back seemed really high. It can pop lead balloons, which is a nice plus. And then also, once it hits a certain level, it can pop um, or it can stun Mob class balloons, which is crazy. So it's just like a super staller, and then you just have a perma spike at the end, which is already like basically an S tier tower, like one of the best, and it's amazing. But yeah, I really have enjoyed Pat Fusty so far. I think he's an amazing hero so far.
But onto the balance changes. All right, so the boomerang monkey, the X5X perma charge ability reduced from 45 seconds to 40. Sweet. Still don't think I'm gonna get it. The tag shooter, the X4X maelstrom projectiles are no longer deleted at the end of the round in race events. Nifty. Um, Monkey Sub X5X preemptive strike price reduced from 40k to 35k, and that's good. I never went that tree. Um, I mean the 204 or 205 I think is still the strongest way to go, but um, maybe this will make it so that you can go either way to like a 250. The Monkey Buccaneer, the 4XX and 5XX aircraft Buccaneer will now retain the 3XX rate boost to their basic attack. Well, that's good. You think it would anyway, because I think it's like the battleship makes the attack super fast. You think that the 4 and the 5 after would keep that, so that's good. Monkey Ace XX3 Never miss darts should no longer perform considerably worse with the accelerated arrow darts knowledge activated. Oh, good, because I have that one. That's good. It should only make them better, in my opinion, since it's monkey knowledge. The Heli Pilot 4XX Apache dart ship price increased from 19,500 to 19,600. This is solely so you don't cheese the deflation strategy or the deflation challenge, I guess, for you to get the black borders. That being said, I do the same thing every time on every map, and I've yet to have a problem. I always go like a 0 to 4 Dart Monkey, Gwendolyn, and a 2-0 to Super Monkey on like a tiny group, like a tiny little cluster. Easily beats every map that I've tried it on. I haven't done like the advanced or extreme. maps though, but any intermediate and beginner map they've done it on, it's fast. The Mortar Monkey, 5XX, the biggest one, now deals 3 times damage to any ceramic or higher. That's a little spooky. Oh, that's sweet. But its price was increased from 24,000 to 28,000. Yeah, the Mortar Monkey was actually pretty good on certain maps, especially the Moon map where it was made to be good on. That thing was so good. The 2x5 Bloons Incinerators while fire will not benefit from radius, pierce, and damage buffs that the top cross path offers. Nice. Super Monkey. The X4X Tech Tear, radius increase from 40 to 60. Okay, the X5X, the anti-balloon radius increase from 90 to 100. That's good. I never went that tree anyway. I always went like a Sun Avatar with knockback. Or sometimes I would go like a 203 for the Batman Tower. XX5 Legend of the Night Pierce increased from 9 to 21. And its damage was increased by 1. That is a huge buff. But it's also a super expensive tower. So there's that. The Ninja Monkey 5XX Grandmaster Ninja Pierce increased from 4 to 6. That could actually be that is really good because it shoots throws several shurikens per attack and it attacks ridiculously fast. So this 50% increase is actually like huge because I never really go Grandmaster Ninja in like Impossible or Chimps runs, but I might have to. Well, not have to. I might dabble with it, see if it's better than going some of the other things. The Druid, the XX2 Heart of Vengeance, 10% of the maximum possible 100% attack rate boost from lives lost is now permanently applied upon upgrading. This 10% bonus will always apply to any Druid with this upgrade, even in Impossible and Chimps mode. Oh, that's nice. So even if you're in Impossible or Chimps, you get the minimum 10% bonus, so it's not just a completely worthless upgrade. Because the XX5, I think it's the 025 Druid is really good. Like really good, especially if you give it a bunch of attack faster Druids, like 204s, I think is what it is. If you give it like 4 or 5 of those, that thing slays. It's like the cheapest way to get a super strong tower. Well, maybe not the cheapest way, but it's a cheap way to get like a really good tower. Benjamin's abilities are no longer cleared whenever a round ends. Nice. Fixed bug where towers deactivated but Benjamin's biohack could have their abilities activated but not spawn any projectiles, wasting the ability. Cool. Glad that's fixed, I guess. You think that'd be in bugs and not balancing, but whatever. Ezeal's level 10 Mob Hex ability can jump to the next strongest target if its main target is destroyed before the duration expires. There's no limit to the number of jumps, so the duration will not be refreshed. That's sick. That's probably a big buff, especially if it goes to like weaker blimps by the end of the game when you pop them super fast and it just goes to the next one. So yeah, I like that. That reminds me of like Borderlands 2, the sirens, like phase lock, how it went from enemy enemy. Anyway, that was off topic. I don't really know what the biggest winner is here. They seem to keep buffing paths that you don't go and nerfing paths that you do go. Although they didn't really, the only one they nerfed really was the Mortar Monkey. But it makes sense that you would nerf the good paths and buff the bad paths because you want every single path to be viable and every single tower to be viable in the game. But that's pretty hard to do, especially when you have like tough runs like Chimps on the advanced maps. But we can go over to the key features and bug fixes and stuff now. So the new hero, Pat Fusty, sorry, is a giant monkey with powerful abilities. Yeah, dude, he is actually pretty cool. So he has like, assuming it's a guy, I guess I don't know. Pat Fusty, when he just like hits the path, when the balloons are really close to him, like his range is really small, but he does like an AoE attack. And then he has like the abilities that like buff towers around him like usual. But I think the big thing is that he has like this knockback um, that I think could be really useful in like stalling strategies because like so it pushes balloons back to the beginning a lot like the helicopter. I think it's the 030 helicopter like has a chance to blow balloons back to the beginning. Well, he has like a pretty high percent chance on each hit to send things back, and I think if you're doing like a stall strategy with like a perma spike, I can roll footage of like what I think would be good. Um, but I think if you did a stall strat with him, it could actually work out really well because typically you get like a 230 helicopter and a perma spike, and then basically it just stalls until you have like the max amount of perma spikes that you can have, and then it's like almost impossible to lose. Um, but yeah, then you could either have him and the helicopter or get rid of the helicopter since it's kind of expensive for what it provides. It gets replaced by like a 630 gold hero. That being said, you do take up your hero slot. Um, I did play a chimps game where I tried to use him like you would use Gwendolyn. Like I put him in a spot where he could attack two places and like sorry, and used him as if he could like pop a lot of balloons instead of like his strengths of probably stalling and taking down strong towers or well, strong blimps. Like he can with his level 10 ability, he can take down his all I think all by himself. He like breaks it to bits. It's pretty sweet actually. But I lost in like 95 just uh maybe not that high. I lost up there just because I didn't have like Gwendolyn's abilities. Like I was just using him incorrectly. But yeah, I definitely think he's useful in a stall strategy. Moving on, there's a new map, Pat's Pond. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. Nice little Shrek reference there. Have to play the map now. Great game. Always up to date on its references, even though it's an old movie. Anyway, Biker Bones rides again. Time for some monkey vengeance. I believe that's a new skin for Striker Jones. Last name's rhyme. I like it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. He looks pretty sweet. It's a biker reference. So, the community challenge editor. This thing I think will actually be pretty sweet. Can now be accessed from the events monkey, allowing the creation of custom challenges, which can be shared with a code to friends or submitted to Ninja Kiwi, and then you can make it into um, the daily challenges. Um, you just have to be able to complete without powers or continues is the caveat there. But bugs and fixes, like doing these at the end, just because I'm super excited about the balancing changes. But some general minor difficulty increases for free play. So, sandbox icons for all mob class, new sandbox icons for all mob class balloons. All right, I'll have to check that out. Sandbox now has two new testing tools: reset cooldowns and reset damage counters. Oh, that's cool. So that way you can easily see like what path does more damage or what towers do, instead of like having to start them at 0. You can just reset them. Um, Daily challenges can now be given a spawn seed for free play and Apocalypse, meaning challenges can be set in Apocalypse and runs above 100 while also allowing all players to see same spawns and share working strategies in these cases. Cool. So you could have some really unique challenges, I guess. Muddy Puddle's lane rotation has been changed. Instead of looping back to lane 1 after round 4, the balloons will now reverse back down 3, then 2, and repeat the cycle from lane 1 again. Oh, so Muddy Puddle's got easier from the looks of it. Or, oh no, I think, I don't know, I'd have to play. It either got easier or they just changed. It looks like they just changed the lane rotation. I was thinking that it like added a few more loops, but I don't think it does. The damage counter on towers has had its maximum value increased considerably and should no longer go into negative values. Nice. Fix some issues causing save files with lots of towers to crash. Track projectiles should no longer clip through the bridge on Dark Castle. Good. Fix an issue with balloon groupings, which was caused in round 101 plus. Free play purple groups to spawn in a single cluster with no spacing. I mean, these are all just fixes that I guess should be fixed. Doesn't really impact us other than like increasing the quality of life while playing. Fix an issue with some abilities receiving incorrect buffs from external sources. Empower should no longer be able to bypass daily challenge limits. Alright. Glue Gunner, X25 Super Glue. I guess it has to be 025 Super Glue should correctly stun all regular balloons. Nice. Because it's such a good tower that everyone uses. I'm glad that it is finally fixed so we can all go back to using it. The Sniper Monkey, the 4XX main mob will no longer apply stun visuals to bads. 4XX main mob correctly applies stun art, and the X3X bouncing bullet no longer gets stuck on the track between jumps. Alright. Monkey Sub, the 2-3X ballistic missile should now correctly have unrestricted range. Nice. X4X first strike should no longer crash the game when destroying a bat. Well, that's good because if you're doing that, if you destroy a bat with that, that would suck for it to crash right there. On what? I think that's around 100. The XX5 sub commander description translation has been fixed, and the XX4 subs will now rock in the water correctly. Rock on, my native friends. Rock on. Cool. I didn't even know they rock, to be honest, because when I get them, I normally get them in. I either get one and totally forget about it, or I get so many that I can't even see that they rock. Well, the more you know. Monkey Ace X5X Hbomb correctly applies stun art. I guess it'll look cooler. Cool. X4X support Chinook should no longer revert placement settings after being cancelled. Motor Monkey, the 5XX, the big one, has new explosion art. I want to look into that. It sounds cool. And the XX5 Blue Incineration should be able to apply burn to DDTs. I guess, yeah, since it can see invis balloons, it should be able to. Super Monkey, the 4XX Sun Temple should no longer lock your hero. If your hero is too close, then it despawns. Well, that's good. Yeah, just eat your hero and then you wouldn't be able to get a new one, even though you don't have another. That's funny. Glad that's fixed. The Ninja Monkey, the XX5 Master Bomber correctly applies stun art. A lot of stun art fixes in this. Alchemist 5XX Perma Brew should correctly apply when reloading his hand again. That's the buff he needed. The 5XX Perma Brew should no longer break in some cases after being sold. The X3X and XX4 attacks can now be thrown over obstacles. That's sweet. Because he can already throw over obstacles. I guess I just assumed, or you would assume that he would always be able to, since you could start with it. There'd have to be one good upgrade if you just got rid of that. Or he would be placed like not next to barriers if like upgrading that would take it away. But no. Now they just made it so he can always attack over obstacles, so that's good. The X5X Homeland Defense description has been upgraded to reflect the new duration. Good. Cool. Benjamin Trojan Art now sits correctly on mobs. Now allows 2XX Monkey subs to attack in his range. Oh, thank goodness. Because I always put him in such a pivotal spot that I need my Monkey subs to attack. I mean, I guess it is a nice buff because, I mean, you might as well put him next to the track if you're going to be placing down subs. It's like one more area they can attack. Ezeal's level 4 splash AoE should no longer center around her. If she completely destroys the target, will hit. Yeah, I guess I assumed that the level 4 splash AoE would center around the destroyed balloon and not her. But I'm no expert. Open Greenfoot. Totems no longer allow 2XX subs to seek out balloons. I actually used that a lot. I enjoyed that. You wouldn't have to get like any camo detection because you would just assume his totem would be down. I did that a few times. It was always a good time. Finally, we can go on to the desktop version. Resolved an issue sometimes causing the abilities list not to show on the side. Resolved gameplay simulation crash that could occur, causing lots of strange bugs to persist until restarting. Perfect week achievement should now unlock correctly. Everyone needs those achievements. No, I don't know. I don't play on my desktop. I play on my phone. I'm thinking about. I actually had a friend suggest this that I should get the the desktop version, and then like have a bunch of tutorials from scratch, like no monkey knowledge. Like I guess I should probably unlock the trees so it's actually possible, but like basically no monkey knowledge run. And that way, probably have higher quality since it's on my computer and not my phone. Um, the heli pilot patrol point should be saved correctly. The resolution should no longer be allowed to shrink so small that it prevents gameplay. That's funny. Um, hero selection from the main menu should now allow hover functionality. Pressing the changelog button will no longer cause the game to soft lock. Fix some issues that could occur when a hotkey was set on its own with the same hotkey being used with the shift activation. Oh. Reworked multi-placement, allowing a tower hotkey. Holding a tower hotkey will not allow you to place a tower repeatedly while the key is being held without the shift key. Yeah, I could see you accidentally placing the same tower a few times. Multi-placement no longer allow various daily challenge limits to be ignored. Typing into boxes making the sandbox will no longer trigger any hotkeys assigned to the keys being typed. That's nice. Shift plus space will no longer be used to continue sending rounds during race events after failing. Oh, that's funny. That's dumb that you could just do that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That shows how little I look into the desktop version. Hotkey should not be allowed or should not be defaulted when swapping between mobile and desktop versions unless the mobile version is older than 8.1. But we are aware of some reports here, so if any issues continue to persist in 9.0, please contact our support team. Sweet, 9.0 is here. I'm excited.
So here, I'm going to play some more footage of me using Pat Fusty during a chimps run on cubism. This is pretty sped up, but this is the end of the run, and I ended up going with a perma-spike tower with Pat Fusty in the path so that he can attack the balloons 3 times as they go along the path. And you can just see that when he's like a higher level, he sends a lot of balloons back to the beginning. And then also once he hits a certain level, like here, he's stunning those Mob class balloons so often that it slows down the round so much that this perma spike factory is definitely at max spikes. So anytime balloons run into it, like it barely has any to replace. This is definitely what I think he'll be used for. Just an amazing staller, um, really good against mobs, um, which is the biggest problem when you're doing a chimps run, obviously. Um, but yeah, I just also went with a 501 Ninja Monkey just because that got the Pierce upgrade. And then right now I'm going for a 250 bomb shooter to take down the bat at the end. I don't even know if that was necessary though, because of how many spikes that Pat allowed me to place. Not only does his roar just carry me through some rounds, but also the stalling just buys you so much time. But yeah, I would definitely put Pat up there with some of the better heroes. The only thing is, I don't know how versatile he is because some maps just don't really allow you to stall. Like if you only get like one pass or you have to cover several entries, I don't think Pat will be very good just because of his very limited range. But on the beginner and some of the intermediate maps, I definitely think that this will be a very viable strategy going with Pat Fusty and a stalling strategy with like a perma-spike factory or something along those lines. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love doing um, these balloon update reviews. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this content useful, and to comment what videos you want to see me make in the future, whether that's more version update reviews or some more tutorials on even harder maps, or if you just want to see me do challenges like No Monkey Knowledge, just let me know in the comment section below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.